Please be sure to subscribe to the channel to update the fastest and most accurate news. Hello everyone, welcome back to my Royal Life News channel. The story for today is a brand new bombshell book that details what life is really like inside palace walls has finally been released, and it contains countless shocking claims about the royals. Called The Palace Papers, by author Tina Brown, it features stories about the Queen, Prince William, Prince Harry, the Duchess of Cambridge, Meghan Markle and the rest of the firm. The author spent 2 years researching the book, which features interviews and information from more than 120 insiders and sources, and it's fair to say she doesn't hold back. Last week, we revealed some of 8 of the most shocking claims that emerged when the book was serialized. These included Prince Charles' unusual bathroom demands and requests that his shoelaces are ironed, to insight into the Duchess of Cambridge's difficult relationship with her sister-in-law, Meghan Markle. But now the book has been published, here we round up even more surprise claims in The Palace Papers. The Palace Papers charts the young lives of Prince William and Prince Harry and their early upbringing. The book claims that as a toddler, William was not such an easy child, with his grandmother the Queen concerned about him. Brown writes, as a toddler, he had been a cause of concern to the Queen when he showed signs of being a brat. She complained to her husband that their grandson was out of control and needed a stricter nanny. She was not amused that he loved to say, "When I am king, I am going to make a new rule that." It has long been said that Prince Harry has a close bond with his grandmother the Queen. Just last week, he opened up about that bond in an interview for US TV, where he claimed she could speak about things with him that she couldn't discuss with anyone else. And Brown writes in the book that Her Majesty does have a particular soft spot for Harry and that his dad Prince Charles always worries about him. She claims a former advisor told her, "The affection that Him has for Harry is not a figment of the media's imagination, it is real. Shush is incredibly fond of him and so is his father, who was always deeply anxious about how he was doing. He often worried about things in the loveliest way. Is he eating properly through the day? Has he got enough to do? Is he happy enough?" Kate's wedding worry. The book also covers Prince William's rocky romance in the early days with Kate and goes into detail about their fairy tale wedding day. Brown notes that Kate was the world's most unflappable bride and there were no last-minute panics and no tantrums. However, she does claim that Kate did have one worry on the wedding day itself. She writes, "I am told the bride's only anxiety on the wedding day itself was that her stomach rumbling might be picked up by a hot mic." In the book, Brown writes about William's reservations about the speed of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's relationship. She claims the Duke of Cambridge reportedly felt Meghan should have more time to build a life in the UK. It had been tough for Kate, but Meghan was a Hollywood star and the first woman of color to join the royal family. As soon as she did join, her life would be lived under constant scrutiny globally, and her previous life as an actress couldn't prepare her. The book says that when he was quizzed, Harry's response can be summarized as well, "Actually the best way I can protect her is to marry her as quickly as possible, because as soon as I marry her, she will then get police protection." The book looks at what might have sparked William and Harry's deteriorating relationship, and how Harry struggled to find his place in the firm after leaving the military. Brown says a palace source told her the problem was their interests were very close. She writes, "They would agree on territories that they would operate in, and then William would feel that his brother was breaching the agreement. From Harry's point of view, William was simply hogging the best briefs, a friend of both of them told me." The younger prince seemed not to have gotten the memo that the future king would always get the juiciest patronages. Another shock claim in the book is that Prince Andrew told Her Majesty that his car crash Newsnight interview with Emily Maitlis was to focus on his official duties and pitch at Palace Initiative. It is alleged he had told the BBC they were cleared to film in the Blue Drawing Room, before heading off to the Queen to secure permission. The Queen watched the interview alone in her private sitting room and had no idea it would focus on the allegations of sexual abuse against him, and his friendship with Epstein, the book alleges. The Duke, 62, reached an out-of-court settlement with Ms. Giuffre in April. Much has been made of Meghan and Harry's relationship with the royals, and the eventual split as the couple moved to America. According to the palace papers, it was hoped Meghan would understand what her life in the firm would be like when she accompanied the Queen on a trip to open a 6-lane toll bridge. On her own accord, Meghan came up with 2 well-received royal projects of her own, the Grenfell recipe book and her clothing line with Smart Works. According to Brown, Meghan struggled to find her role in the royal family after her first royal tour to Australia, which she apparently hated every second of. A former palace employee told the author that Meghan found the engagements old-fashioned, and would have rather put the spotlight on causes she wanted to highlight. She writes that Meghan drew the conclusion that the monarchy likely needed her more than she needed them, and wanted her Hollywood leading lady status to be reflected in lights. The Queen offered her most senior lady-in-waiting to help support the Duchess, with Meghan becoming patron of the National Theatre and vice president of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. But she reportedly struggled to modernize the organization as she wanted to, without proper funding. After 15 years of supporting herself, she was financially dependent on Harry, who was reliant as a teenager on the bank of Dad, and they were crammed into a 2-bedroom cottage. That is all for Today News. Please make sure to leave your comment and subscribe the channel below for more news update. Thank you for watching.